Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1978 Atlanta Braves baseball for you today, and it's the last game of a three-game series between the Braves and the Astros. And leading off for the Atlanta Braves is Jerry Royster playing second base, batting second playing center field Brian Astleton, batting third playing right field Gary Matthews, batting fourth playing left field Jeff Burrison, batting fifth doing the catching Biff Pocoroba, batting sixth playing first base Dale Murphy, batting seventh playing shortstop is Darrell Chaney, batting eighth playing third base Rod Gilbreth, and batting ninth doing the pitching is Nuxie Phil NIEKRO. And for the Houston Astros, leading off playing center field Terry Poole, batting second playing third Enos Cabell, batting third playing right field Jose Cruz, batting fourth playing first base Bob Watson, batting fifth playing left field Denny Walling, batting sixth playing second base Art Howe, batting seventh doing the catching Joe Ferguson, batting eighth playing shortstop Roger Metzger, and batting ninth doing the pitching is Mark Lemon. Let's get down to the field and get this game started.
LEMONGELLO.
Alrighty, we got Jerry Royster leading off here for the Braves, batting .284 with no homers and 11 RBIs. And Mark Lemongello's on the mound with 8 starts on the season. He's 4-0 with a 3.56 ERA. And here's the pitch for Royster. And that's going to be against the righty. It'll be a 9. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Royster gets aboard here with a leadoff single. Royster down at first for Brian Astleton. And Astleton's up now, batting .192. No homers and 5 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a wild pitch. Nope. It'll be a rare play at 24 on a 40. 24 on a 40. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike one. So here's the 0-1 pitch to Brian. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Cruz makes the catch for out number 1. Matthews up now. And the Sarge is batting .269. 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be another fly ball out to Cruz. That'll be 2 outs. And I think Royster's going to take off trying to get into scoring position here. Be a -1 makes him a 25. Be a 23. 23, that'll be a 45 or lower. He's safe at second. And he's in there with another stolen base. And he's in scoring position now for Jeff Burris. See if Burris can drive him in here. Burris is batting .281. He's got 4 homers and 17 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. That'll end the inning. The Braves strand 1. We get to the bottom of the first. Braves nothing. Houston coming up here to bat. You have Poole, Cabell, and Cruz. And Terry Poole's batting .314 on the year. He's got 1 homer, 13 RBIs. And NIEKRO's on the mound. And this will be his 11th start. He's 5-3 with a 3.04 ERA. And we dropped the dice for the first time today. And that's going to be squared up. Terry Poole squares this one up against NIEKRO. See how far this one goes. And that's going to be a double into the gap in right field. Pulls aboard here with the leadoff double. Houston's got a runner in scoring position right away. And you got Enos Cabell up now, batting .337. As we drop the dice for the second time already. This is going to be one of those days, it looks like. And against the righty, be a 17. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And let's see, Matthews does not have that great of an arm out there in right. And a 34, so that'll be a 64 or lower. He scores. And they just makes it in there. Just makes it in. Nice throw by Matthews, but Pocoroba plows the tag, and they say he was safe. Pocoroba's jumping up and down, folks. So that's an RBI single, and they thought they had him. So now there's nobody out, and Cabell down at first. And Cruz is up. Cruz is batting .374. NIEKRO in a got a problem here in this inning. That's for sure. And that'll be a 53 on a 2. That'll be fielding column 1. I'm sure of that. 2 rather. Yeah, 3 rather. The runner down at first. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And NIEKRO getting beat around here, folks. Now Jose Cruz is up. And still nobody out. First and second. Bob Watson's up, batting .266. And that's going to be a base on balls. Still nobody out. Bases loaded. The Braves just looking for an out here, folks. They're going to play the infield back. Maybe get a double play. Denny Walling's up, batting .286. And he squares this one up. This ain't good for the Braves. Wait a second. We had the wrong card. We'll keep that there. That would have been we messed that all up. Go back. He didn't walk Watson. I was looking at the wrong damn card. So we'll go back. You had first and second. First and second. Sorry about this. First and second. And that should have been 37. And that would have been a pick off at second. So he would have picked off Cabell at second instead. So Cabell gets picked off at second. And then you got a runner down at first. And wait a second, go back again. Okay. So he would have been picked off at second. Pick off at second. And then Bob would have squared this one up. The runner down at first. And that would have been a double in the right field. And Cruz should be the same thing. Should be a 64 or lower. We'll get her right here. So now it's a 42. So Yeah, 64 or lower. He's safe. And he safe it. So that would have been a double. And a run would have scored. And now you got Watson down at second with only one out. And you got Denny Walling up now. Walling, like I say, batting 286, no homers, 2 RBIs. That'll be a base on balls. NIEKRO struggling big time here in the Astrodome. Art Howell's up now. Can the Braves get a double play and get out of this with only 2 runs scoring? Art Howell is batting .331 on the season, 1 homer and 25 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. That'll be out number 2. Watson will stay put down at second. And Joe Ferguson's up now. And Joe batting .217. He's got a homer and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be another base on balls. Knuckleball's not going across the plate today for NIEKRO. It's already a second walk of the game. Bases are now full. Watson at third, Walling at second, Ferguson at first, and Metzger at the plate batting .302 with a homer and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. He'll go the short way over to second. That'll end the inning, but the Astros score 2 could have been a lot worse. We go to the top of the second. It's 2-0 Houston. We got Pocoroba, Murphy, and Cheney due up here. Biff's batting .296, 4 homers, and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Mark at the mound. He fires over to Watson for out number 1. And now you got Murph up. Murph's batting below the 200 mark now, batting .198, 7 homers, and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty at 8. And that's going to be popped up down the short. That'll be out number 2. And Cheney up now. And Cheney's batting .300 with no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The Braves go down in order. To the bottom of the second we go. And you got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Astros.
LEMONGELLO.
So you got pitcher LEMONGELLO, then back to the top of the order, and Terry Poole and Cabell. LEMONGELLO's batting .300 on the year, folks. We don't need no stinking DH with him. No homers and no RBIs. And that's a base on balls again, as NIEKRO cannot find the strike zone today. That knuckleball is not working. So you got a runner down at first. Terry Poole's up now. And Poole started this game off with a double and came around the score. And that's going to be against the righty, a 13. And that's going to be a single in the center field. And LEMONGELLO's got good speed down there at first. See, he might make it the whole way to third here. And he will without a throw. So just like that, it's first and third. And still nobody out. The Braves are going to bring the infield in with first and third here. Try to cut that run off at the plate. Cabell's up. He singled and drove in a run. And that's not good against the righty. That'll be a 15. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And Poole's probably going to make it Down there. Poole's going to stop at second. Let's see here. That'll be hit in the right field. Let's see, get this right. Yeah, that'll be hit in the right field. He's going to make it down the third. Poole is. And this game's getting out of control fast. Still first and third, nobody out. Cruz is up now, and again they're keeping the infield in. The Braves are down 3-0. And the hits just keep on happening, folks. Just keep on happening. That's going to be a nice play out there by Matthews. Matthews makes a nice catch out there in right field. 52 on a 1. That'll be fielding column. That'll be a 59. And Poole will come in to score on tag up. So that makes it 4-0. They doubled the lead here in the bottom of the second. And you got one out. Watson up to the plate. He doubled his first time up and drove in a run. And that's going to be hit back to the mound. And that'll be a ground ball back to the mound. He'll fire down the second with Cheney covering. That'll be the only out they get. So now there's 2 outs with Watson down at first and Denny up. And Walling, he walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Royster. He tosses it over to second to end the inning. But Astros score 2 more and make it 4-0. We go to the top of the third. Braves in trouble here today. Gilbreth, followed by NIEKRO and Royster, due up. And Gilbert's batting .239 with no homers and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Cabell's got it over to Watson for out number 1. Phil NIEKRO up now. NIEKRO batting .087 on the year. No homers and no RBIs. And that's a ground ball down to Art Howe. 2 quick outs here in the third. Jerry Royster's up. He started this game off with a single and stole a base. And he get on base again. That's a fly ball out to Walling and left. Braves go down in order. To the bottom of the third we go. We got Howe, Ferguson, and Metzinger due up here. Howe flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. NIEKRO struggling big time today. That is his 4th walk to go with 6 hits. Can they get a ground ball double play out of Ferguson? Ferguson walked his first time up. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short for out number 1. 1 down now. And Metzinger, not much speed. Ground ball could turn into 2 here. He reached on a fielder's choice. First time up. That's hit down the second. And that's going to be an E4 on Royster. Everybody safe. And LEMONGELLO's up now with 1 out. He's going to try to bunt these guys over. Get both of them in scoring position. He walked his first time up. And that's going to be a nice bunt. And that's going to be bunted down the first base line. Murph comes up with it. He's going to toss it over to Royster covering. And now it's second and third. And 2 outs for Terry Poole. Poole is doubled in this game and singled. See if NIEKRO can get him out and get out of this inning with nobody scoring. And that's going to be a ground ball down back to the mound. NIEKRO's got it, picks it up, tosses it over to Murphy. That'll end the inning. Astros strand 2. We go to the 4th. It's still 4-0 Houston. We got Asselton, Matthews, and Burris due up here. Brian flew out to right his first time up. And he squares this one up, folks. Maybe the Braves can get something going here in the 4th. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going, folks. Home run, Brian Asselton makes this a 4-1 ball game. One of the game by the Braves. Only their second hit. And Gary Matthews is up now. He flew out to right his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Art Howe. He's up with it. Fires over to Watson for out number 1. And Jeff Burris is up now. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be another ground ball. This one down to Watson. He'll take it himself for out number 2. Biff Pokeroba, can he get a 2-out rally going here? He grounded out to Mark his first time up. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. Now to end the inning. The Braves score 1 on the Asselton home run. Makes it a 4-1 ball game. We got Cabell, Cruz, and Watson due up here. Enos is 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. And that'll be a swing and a miss. NIEKRO strikes him out for out number 1. That is NIEKRO's first strikeout of the game. And Cruz is up now. He's walked, had a sacrifice fly and singled. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. NIEKRO settling down here in the 4th. Now that knuckleball's dancing away he wants it. And you got Bob Watson up. He has double, drove in a run, and reached on a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. That'll end the inning. The Astros finally go down 1-2-3. To the top of the 5th we go. Braves trailing by 3 now. You got Murphy, Cheney, and Gilbreth due up. Murph popped up the short his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Murphy strikes out for out number 1. Darrell Cheney up now. He struck out his first time up. Not this time. Old Cheney squares it up. And that ball is hit high. That ball is hit far. That ball is out of here, folks. Home run, Darrell Cheney into the right field stands. Cheney cuts the lead in half, makes it 4-2. Now you got Gilbreth up. Gilbreth grounded out the 3rd his first time up. And that's going to be against a 10. And that is going to be a fly ball in the center field. Poole makes a nice play out there for out number 2. And Nuxie's up. See if he can help his own cause here. NIEKRO grounded out the 2nd his first time up. And against the 7. That's going to be a base hit. NIEKRO says he don't need no stinking DH. That's a base hit in the left field. See if Royster can do something here with the pitcher getting a hit. So NIEKRO down at first. Royster's 1 for 2 with a stolen base, flew out the left. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. He'll fire over to first to end the inning. Braves strand 1, but they add 1 with the Cheney home run, make it 4-2. We got Walling, Howe, and Ferguson up now. Denny is 0 for 1. He's walked and reached on a fielder's choice. And he squares this one up. NIEKRO had a nice 4th. It don't look like he's going to have a nice 5th. And that's going to be a double in the right field. Needs to keep this a 2-run ball game. Let the Braves stay in this game here. Have a chance. Art Howe's up now. He's walked and flew out the left. And that's going to be it's going to be popped up near the dugout. Pokoroba throws the mask off, makes the catch for out number 1. Ferguson's up now. And Joe, he's walked and popped up to short. And that's going to be let's see here. That's going to be see if the runner holds. 52 on a 7. That'll be fielding 3. That'll be a ground ball down the second. The runner will get down the third. So now you got Walling down at third with 2 outs. And Rogers up. He is 0 for 2. He reached both times, reached on a fielder's choice and on an error. And against that, it'll be a 15. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Matthews makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. Houston strands 1. We go to the top of the 6th. Braves trailing 4-2. You got Asselton, Matthews, and Burris. Brian hit a home run his last time up and it's flown out the right. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound for out number 1. And now you got Matthews up. He has flown out the right, grounded out the second. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Matthews is aboard here with 1 out. And Jeff Burris is up now. The tying run comes to the plate. Jeff Burris is struck out and grounded out the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left wall. He makes the catch for 2 down. So can Biff Pokoroba keep this inning alive here? He is grounded out to the pitcher and the short. And that'll be a ground ball down the short. He'll go to short way over to second. And that'll end the inning. Braves strand 1 to the bottom of the 6th we go. You got LEMONGELLO, Poole, and Cabell due up here. Mark is had a sacrifice bunt and walked. And that'll be the first time they get him out. That's a big strikeout by NIEKRO. As you see the Braves' upcoming schedule, they go on the road to play Cincinnati and then go home to play the Phillies after that. And Terry Poole's 2 for 3 with a double, a single, and grounded out to the pitcher. And that'll be a 15-13. That's going to be an infield hit. So Poole's aboard here with 1 out. And Enos Cabell's up now. And Cabell is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. He did strike out his last time up. And that's what the doctor ordered. That's a ground ball down the short. Cheney up with it. He tosses it over to Royster, fires it over to Murph. That's the old 6-4-3 double play. And that'll end the inning. To the top of the 7th we go. Murphy, Cheney, and Gilbreth due up here. Murph's struggling. He's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Murph will take it. He walks on down the first, brings the tying run to the plate. Cheney's already homered once in this game. Can he do it again here? He's 1 for 2. Struck out and homered. And he squares this one up again. Cheney having a hell of a game. Can he tie this ball game up, folks? And that's going to be a single in the left. Single in the right field, probably. Yep, and Murph will stop down at second. So now the Braves have got first and second. Tying run at first. Go ahead run at the plate. Still nobody out for Gilbreth. And he is grounded out to third and flew out to center. And that's going to be a pop up down the short. Metzinger makes the catch for out number 1. We'll have a pitch hitter here for NIEKRO. So he goes 6 innings. See who's going to come off the bench here. And it's going to be Office is going to come off the bench. See if Rowland can do something here. Get the Braves either 1 run down or maybe tie or put them ahead here. There's Rowland. Rowland's batting .319 on the year. He has 2 homers and 12 RBIs. And that ball is hit into left field. And that should score Murphy easily. We'll check and make sure. Walling has a good arm out there, but Murphy scored with no throw. Let's see, and Cheney will stop at second. So the Braves now make it a 1-run ball game. And we're back to the top of the order, and Jerry Royster now still first and second. I'll get the bullpen up here for the Astros. Joaquin Andujar's getting up. And Royster is 1 for 3, a single, flown out the left, grounded out the short, and stole a base. See if he can tie this ball game up. It's a 1-run game. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And 64. They'll get the runner out at. They'll get the runner out at second. That'll be all they get. So now it's going to be first and third for Brian Asselton. And Brian has hit a homer, flown out the right, and grounded out to the pitcher. A base hit here ties the ball game up. And he's done that. He squares it up. The Braves making a nice comeback here in the top of the 7th. And that ball is hit into the gap in right field. And he's going to run for a while, folks. That's going to be a 2 RBI triple. Brian Asselton having a game here today. And it is now 5-3. And that's going to be it for LEMONGELLO. They go to the pen here. Joaquin Andujar's coming into the game. LEMONGELLO can't get out of this 7th inning. And he's got Matthews up now. So runner down at third, 2 outs. The Braves are now up 5-4. And Matthews is 1 for 3. He singled his last time up. Can he add to this lead? And no, that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Walling makes the catch. But the Braves score 3 and take a 5-4 lead as we go to the 7th inning stretch. And let's see here. How many innings did Sullivan pitch in the last game? See if he can get us through this 7th inning. Pitched to 5 batters. So he's going to try to get us through the 7th inning here. And then Camp will come in the 8th and 9th. And this is Solomon's 11th appearance. He's 0-2 with 1 save and has a 5.14 ERA. He'll be facing Cruz, Watson, and Walling here in the 7th. And Cruz is 1 for 2 with an RBI. He's got a sacrifice fly and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Burris. He makes the catch for out number 1. Bob Watson up now. Watson's 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out to third. And that's another fly ball out to left field. Burris makes the catch again. Burris make 3 catches and tie a record held by many. Walling's up. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Reached on a fielder's choice and doubled his last time up. And we dropped the dice again. It's been that kind of a game. Dropping dice everywhere you look. And that's going to be a ground ball down to first. Murph's up with it. He takes it himself. And the Astros go down 1, 2, 3. To the top of the 8th we go. And we'll have Burris, Pocoroba, and Murphy due up here against Joaquin Andujar. Burris is 0 for 3, struck out, grounded out the first, and flew out the left. And that's going to be against the righty, 14. And that's going to be an infield hit. Jeff Burris gets a base hit to lead off this 8th inning. So Jeff down at first. And Biff Pocoroba's up now. And Biff is 0 for 3. He's grounded out the pitcher, the short, and reached on a fielder's choice. And that's not what the Braves wanted. That's a tailor-made double play ball down the short. 6-4-3. And that's 2 outs now. And Murphy's up. Murph walked his last time up and has popped up the short and struck out. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. Murph strikes out for the 2nd time. And that's the end of the top of the 8th. The Braves 5. The Astros 4. Let's see here. You got Cheney Gilbert. They're going to try to get Eddie through this 8th inning here. He's due up 3rd. In the top of the 9th, Hal, Ferguson, and Metzinger due up here. Hal's 0 for 2. He has flown out, walked, and popped up to the catcher. And against that, it'll make him a 8 and an 8. That's going to be a single in the left field. So, base hit for Art Hal to start this inning off. Camp is getting up and ready. Now you got Ferguson. NIEKRO looking for that ground ball double play. Ferguson has walked, popped up the short, and grounded out the second. And that's going to be a base on ball. Sullivan looking for that ground ball double play. And that's going to be a base on balls. Houston's got it going here, 1st and 2nd. Nobody out. Tie and run down in scoring position. Rogers 0 for 3. He's flew out the right, reached on an error, and reached on a fielder's choice, and we dropped the damn dice again. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Brian. That'll be out number 1. And that'll be it for Joaquin Andujar. And let's see who's going to come off the bench here. And Dave Bergman's going to come off the bench, I believe, the lefty. Yep, Bergman is going to come off the bench. 1 out, runners on 1st and 2nd. Let's see something here. I've never used this. Let's ask the man. Huh. So They say Cecil, but we're going to go with Bergman. We're going to go with Bergman. Dave Bergman's coming off the bench here. First and second and one out. He's 0 for 1 on the season. Can the Braves get the double play ball here? And that's going to be a fly ball out to... Nope, that's going to be a hit by pitch unless he's an HB0. And he's not. So that's going to be a hit by pitch. That's going to fill the bases up. Damn. Not what you wanted. Not what you wanted as a Braves fan. Hit by pitch. And they're going to have to bring Camp in. Bases juiced. Sullivan can't get the job done here. Camp's going to come in. And they're not going to do a double switch. They're going to let Murphy play down at first. Let's see. Maybe they will do a double switch. They are going to do a double switch. So Murph's going to come out of the game. Murph will come out of the game. Bob will come in the game. Batting a 9 spot. So they're going to do a double switch here. The base is loaded. Camp comes in. He'll bat in the 6th spot. And Bob Beal will come in and play first and bat in the 9 spot. And again, the Braves looking to turn 2 here. Base is loaded. They are going to have to bring the infield in. They're looking for that home the first double play. Terry Poole is 3 for 4. He has doubled, singled, grounded out to the pitcher, and singled. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And a 13, that should be fielding column. And that is going to be the old 1, 2, 3 double play. Nice job by Camp. 1, 2, 3 double play. Gets the job done. Astros strand the bases loaded. We go to the top of the 9th. It's still 5-4. See, he's going to come out here and pitch for the Astros. You got the lefty or switch hitter or righty and another switchy, so it doesn't really matter who you bring in here. Let's see. I think they're going to bring in the righty Ken Forsch. So he's going to come in. Forsch will come into the game. And he'll be facing the bottom part of the order. Like I say, Cheney, Gilbreth, and Bell. Darrell is 2 for 3 with a homer, an RBI, single, and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Enos at third. He fires over to Watson for out number 1. Ron Gilbreth's up now. And Gilbreth is 0 for 3. He is grounded out, popped up, and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Cruz and right. 2 quick outs here for Ken Forsch in the top of the 9th, trying to keep us a 1-run game. And Bob just came in for that double switch. He's batting .379 on the year. No homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. 4 strikes him out. The Braves go down 1, 2, 3. And Camp hold on to this 1-run lead. He's got Cabell, Cruz, and Watson, the 2, 3, 4 hitters up. Cabell's 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. He struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bob. Ball always finds you after you come into the game. Takes it himself for out number 1. And now you got Jose Cruz up. He's 1 for 3. He has a sacrifice fly, struck out, and flew out to left. And we dropped the damn dice again. I can't count how many times that's been today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Camp strikes. No, he doesn't. Sorry, that's going to be a fly out to center field. As Asselton makes the catch for out number 2. Astros are down to their last out. Watson's 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI. And that's going to be against the righty, a 9. And that's going to be popped up down the short. Cheney waits for it to come down. And that's your ball game, folks. The Braves win 5. And let's take a look at the box score here. Give me 1 second, folks. I got to step away just for a second here. Be right. All right, sorry about that. We're back now. Let's take a look at this box score. What did I do that for? I want to take a look at the box score, not the standings yet. There we go. And the Braves, 5 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. The Astros, 4 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. Brian Asselton was the man, 2 for 4 with a triple and a homer. Drove in 3 runs. Daryl Cheney was 2 for 4, drove in a run and had a homer. Braves were 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position, and he left 4 men on base. Did the job there in that 7th inning. You had Terry Poole 3 for 5, Enos Cabell 2 for 5, had a nice game. You had the Astros 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position, and they left 9 men on base, had their opportunities. NIEKRO not perfect by no means, but he picks up his 6th win, goes 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, walked 4, struck out 3. Sullivan comes in, pitches an inning and a third, 1 hit, walked 1. Camp comes in, gets his 4th save of the year, goes an inning and 2/3. And Mark LEMONGELLO goes to 4-1, his first loss of the year. 6 2/3, 8 hits, 5 runs, walked 1, struck out 3, gave up the 2 home runs. Walking Andahar comes in, pitches an inning and a third, 1 hit, struck out 1. Ken Force pitches the 9th, 1 inning, 1 strikeout. Let's do some fast play here in the National League. And the first National League game we got is the Cardinals at the Cubbies. See what happens here in Chicago, the Windy City. And the Cardinals take it to the Cubs. 9 runs on 17 hits and 1 error. The Cubs, 2 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. Then you got a double hitter here in Cincinnati, the Padres and the Reds. See what happens here in game number 1. And the Padres win 5-3 on 7 hits and 1 run. The Reds 3 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. And the Padres Reds for the second game. Tom Seaver on the mound for the Reds. Can they bounce back and split this doubleheader is the question. And the Reds win a close one here with a walk-off 6-5 win. See what inning this was. Take a look here. In the 9th inning, see what happened in the 9th. Did George Foster hit a home run to win this game? Yes, he did. A 2-run homer. George Foster having one hell of a year here, folks. The Padres, 5 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. The Reds, 6 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Ozzie Smith went 2-for-4 with 3 RBIs. How about Ashford with 2 RBIs? They were 3-for-14. The Padres left with men in scoring position, left 8 men on base. George Foster 2-for-4 with a 3 RBI game, and he had a homer. And how about Mark Lim? He was 1-for-3 with a 3 RBI. So all 6 runs driven in by 2 guys. Like I say, George having one hell of a year. Now you got the Giants traveling to LA to take on the Dodgers. Nepper against Hooten should be a good game. And the Giants win 5-1 on 9 hits, 1 error. The Dodgers 1 run, 6 hits, and 3 errors. Then you got the Pirates and the Expos playing up in Montreal. And the Expos win 3-0, shut out the Pirates. Grimsley, nice job. Expos 3 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. The Pirates no runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. And the final game here between the Phillies and the Mets in New York. And the Phillies beat up on the Mets 14-1. Let's see what the star is. Probably that 5 RBI game by Boone. Yeah, Boone with a grand slam. 14 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. And the Mets 1 run, 5 hits, and 2 errors. Take a look here at the standings and leaderboard now. And the Expos are now a game up on the Pirates. The Phillies are 2 games back. The Cubbies are 4 games. The Mets are 9.5, and the Cardinals 13.5. The Dodgers are 4.5 games up on the Giants. 7.5. Houston's back. Excuse me. San Diego is now 9 games back. The Braves 11.5, and the Reds 12.5 games back. Jose Cruz is leading the National League with a .370 batting average. George Foster now with 11 homers, 38 RBIs. Don Robinson's leading with a 1.26 ERA. Now you got 3 pitchers, Phil NIEKRO, Roden, and Rogers with 6 wins. And Bruce with the Pirates still with 7 saves. Reggie Smith still leading in MVP voting, and Rick Roden's leading in the Cy Young voting. I want to thank you all for tuning in and watching the game today. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for reminders, and on your way out of Houston, hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, y'all have a great day and take care.